It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in Central Arkansas for the 4A baseball title game between Valley View and Magnolia. Helper One, I'm RJ Hawk along with Bobby Swafford for today's baseball game. And boy, you couldn't ask for a better day compared to the last 2 days we've had here in Benton. This is gorgeous conditions.
The last 2 days were, I guess, acceptable because, we're still watching baseball and watching championships be won. But today, you mentioned it, absolutely perfect. There's actually sun out, which we haven't seen in about 4 years, it feels like. But today's a perfect chance to watch some baseball.
Well, and we've got two outstanding teams in Magnolia and Valley View. Both these teams have just dominated through the state tournament. And Magnolia's the home team in this one. They were the higher seed. But when you look at the lineups for both teams, power hitters, lots of speed on the base pass, but both have great pitchers.
Yeah, the one thing you're going to have to see today is, and you see it in every championship game, who settles in first. Yeah. We've seen a lot of really good pitching matchups through the first 2 days, the first 4 games of the state championships here, but who settles in first, who gets the command, and who can get an early lead and go ahead and settle in, find that strike zone, because nerves are going to be here. We know that. Who handles it the most is going to come out a state champion.
Well, one thing about both these two teams, they're no stranger to winning state titles in baseball. Both teams have 2 state titles under their belt. Both have been to the title game at least 5 times. This has been a tradition-rich program both at Magnolia and Valley View when it comes to their baseball programs, and we expect to have a great game here today. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's starting lineups. First, we will look at the visiting Valley View Blazers, who come in 28-6 on the year, and they are led in their lineup by Will French, who is going to Arkansas State. A lot of D1 prospects on this Valley View team.
Yeah, you're going to look at the top 3 batters in the Valley View lineup, all committed to play at the Division I level, including a freshman that's already got a lot of interest from some SEC schools. We'll talk about him when he comes up to the plate, but a lot of talent on this field, as you'd expect, as these two are battling out for a 4A state championship.
There's Seth Edwards, the pitcher for Magnolia, 5-2 on the year with a 1.09 ERA, and he delivers the first pitch that is skied to center field. And going back is Eli Fields. He'll make the catch for the first out. Going back to Seth Edwards, he's had 68 strikeouts this year with 29 walks in 57 innings of work, and this is his 10th start. And just like that, he gets the first out in the first inning.
You couldn't have asked for a better start if you're a Magnolia and Seth Edwards. 1 pitch, 1 out. There's a pitch count these players have to abide by, and 1 pitch outs are going to certainly prolong his day.
Grayson Becker is up, and he has a check swing, half swing, that is called a strike, and so he'll be at the plate now with a .434 batting average and 15 RBI.
He's committed to play with the Red Wolves in Jonesboro. We'll certainly take a .434 batting average every day.
Here's the 1-1, swung on, fouled back, takes the count to 1-2.
We've already seen it from Seth Edwards. Doesn't have a huge number of innings pitched, just 57 this year, but he's going to pound the strike zone, and a minuscule 1.09 ERA.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that is strikeout number 69 for Seth Edwards on the year. And that'll bring Slade Caldwell to the plate. Now, Bobby, Slade Caldwell is only a freshman. He's batting .477 with 37 RBI, already committed to the Ole Miss Rebels.
He's going to get plenty of offers the next 2 or 3 years. They're at Valley View, which is located in the northeast quarter of the state in Jonesboro.
Here's the 0-1 or the 1-0 as that'll bring the count to 2-0. Pitch is on the way, and it misses inside.
You see Caldwell's not afraid to crowd the plate, that back foot on top of the line.
Brings the count to 3-0. And that's going to miss, and he'll walk.
The old adage, don't let the best player beat you. They pitch around Caldwell and his .477 average. They give up a free pass with 2 outs.
So that brings up Tyler Hoskins, the catcher for Valley View, batting .380 on the year, leads second on the team with home runs of 3.
Edwards hasn't given out too many free passes. That just his 30th walk this season.
There's the first pitch. It swung on and missed. The alignment for Magnolia in the outfield, you've got Jason Thomas in left, Eli Fields in center, and Xander Taylor in right. You got 2 Tanners on the left side, and Tanner Nielsen at third, Tanner Edwards at short. as the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, 1-1. On the right side, you've got Ashton Hunter at second base, and then Hunter Buford at first base. Behind the plate is Dalen Blanchard. 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there for a called strike.
Took a lot off that one. That one only gets to 67 miles per hour. Hoskins couldn't wait back long enough, had to watch it go by.
1-2's on the way, runner goes, swung on out to third. Nielsen's there, throws it across, and they get out of the inning.
Strong throw there from third. No damage done after the 2-out walk.
So they send 4 batters to the plate, get 1 on, leave 1 on. We head to the bottom of the first inning where we've got a tie ball game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
For students, it's always more fun to include the arts when you're learning. I mean, just to have expression, to see different forms of entertainment, it always just makes it more fun. And when I heard that my mother was recording different sections that teachers were gonna see, I was excited for the students who will get to use it in their classroom.
Arkansas PBS is a place where everyone can see themselves, where everyone can find themselves, where everyone can be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Back here in Benton, we head to the bottom of the first inning where Brayden Anderson is the Valley View pitcher, and he's 6-0 on the year with a, get this, .84 ERA, so a sub-1 ERA with 30 strikeouts, 10 walks on the year. He's only worked 33 innings, but he is who they are dubbing for today's pitcher for Valley View. The outfield alignment for the Blazers: Grayson Becker's in left, Slade Caldwell is in center, Jackson Stotts is in right. On the infield, you've got Case and Becker at third, Will French at shortstop, Ryan Collins at second, and Cannon Jones is the first baseman. Tyler Hoskins is behind the plate. And as we said, Brayden Anderson on the mound for the Blazers. Due up for Magnolia is their center fielder Eli Fields, who's hitting .351 with 16 RBI. He'll be followed by Dalen Blanchard and Tanner Nielsen, the 1-2-3 hitters for the Magnolia Panthers, who come in 20-5 on the year under head coach Bobby Beeson.
Obviously, command has not been an issue for Anderson all season long. We'll see how much he wants to attack this powerful and potent Magnolia offense here in the first.
Here's the first pitch by Anderson. And it catches the outside corner of the plate for a strike.
You can live down there, low and away. Very few times you're going to get beat. You can spot it like that.
Here's the 0-1 offering. Swung on, lifted to right field. He's got a chance to stay fair. And it just goes foul down the right field side. Boy, that was within about a half a foot from being a fair ball.
Yeah, here's going to be a good look at the replay. And Fields trying to go the opposite field. The wind trying to help it just a touch. Just to the right side of that foul line.
So Eli Fields will come back with an 0-2 count. Just underway here in the bottom of the first inning. Fastball sails high at 75 miles an hour, and it's 1-2.
30 strikeouts, not a high volume K-man, Anderson, so he's going to rely on his defense to make plays for him.
I think the more impressive thing, though, is the .84 ERA that he holds. Here's the 1-2. Curveball fouled off.
Generally with the ERA, they don't ask how you do it, just that can you do it. And his numbers are obviously very impressive.
It's a warm day here in Benton. The high today is supposed to get around 85 degrees, a little humid. I don't think anybody's complaining to see that sunshine. One-two's on the way. Curveball popped up on the right side into foul territory. Coming over to make the catch is the first baseman, Cannon Jones, and that's the first out here in the first.
A little miscommunication there between the first baseman and his catcher. Jones able to make the play and tire the leadoff man.
So that brings to the plate Dalen Blanchard. Blanchard's a .451 hitter this year with 34 RBI. He has 5 home runs on the team.
Yeah, 15 extra base hits. He's a power bat in this lineup. Likes to go gap to gap.
Fastball's outside. Foul the ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball pops straight up. It's on the infield right side. Coming over to make the play is Cannon Jones once again. And there's 2 outs now.
Back-to-back pop outs to the first baseman. Jones getting a little work in this first inning.
So that brings up Tanner Nielsen, the third baseman. He's hitting .447 with 31 RBI. Here's the pitch. Fastball, called a strike, outside corner. Magnolia's been in the championship game in 1997, 07, 11, 16, and 17. They won those championships in 2011 and 2016. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, called a strike on the outside corner at 81 miles an hour.
Yeah, ran that one up. Hardest he's thrown so far in this first inning, but you can see the commands. He's able to place it right there on the outside corner, paints the black, and gets well ahead of another hitter.
2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Fastball misses away. Draws the count to 1-2. Curveball swung on, popped up over the second base side. Ryan Collins calls for it, and he's got it. So 3 up, 3 down go the Panthers here in the bottom of the first inning. As we head to the top of the second, scoreless ball game in the 4A title game. And you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory-certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Be the first to know what's happening at Arkansas PBS and get the latest sports updates right to your phone. All you have to do is download the Engage Arkansas PBS app today for exclusive content.
What a gorgeous facility here in Benton. Later in the broadcast, we will have the athletic director of Benton High School, Scott Nethery, join us to talk about all the improvements they've done over the last 5 years. You've got the soccer/football complex just right behind us. Softball, there's a connecting mezzanine level that connects the two baseball and softball stadiums together. As the first pitch is swung on by Carter Salisbury. He's hitting .378 with 39 RBI out of that 5 spot this year. 0-1's a fastball that misses inside. Top of the second we go as the 1-1 is swung on and fouled back.
Early on, it's a small sample size, but both of these pitchers, both Edwards for Magnolia and Anderson for Valley View, have shown they're wanting to work from ahead, pounding the strike zone and making the other team put a barrel on the ball.
Here's the 1-2 up top. Brings the count to 2-2. Two-two's on the way. Inside. Makes it full at 3-2. Up next is going to be Cannon Jones, the first baseman for Valley View. As we talked about, Valley View has got a record of 28-6 this year. As that pitch is high, and that'll put Carter Salisbury on the bags with a leadoff walk.
Complete opposite of what he's able to do in the first inning. Had pretty good command. But now 2 walks issued already to the 5 batters he's faced.
Now batting number 5, first baseman, Cannon Jones.
So now Cannon Jones, the first baseman, is up. He's hitting .347 with 26 RBI. He's going to show bunt. Gets it down, and he kicked it. So he'll start off 0-1. Following Jones, it'll be Braden Anderson. You know, we talked about all the players that are going to play college ball with Becker and French and Caldwell, but Braden Anderson's going to play Lyon College. Here's another bunt attempt that's low. It's 1-1.
Lyon and Batesville, I believe.
They've got a really good baseball program. See a lot of kids from around the state that start off at Lyon and maybe transfer out. Here's the 1-1. Another bunt attempt that's pulled back, and it's 2-1.
A lot of smaller schools as far as the colleges popping up across the state. A few junior colleges have emerged. There's National Park, Community College in Hot Springs, UA Rich Mountain down in Mena.
2-1 is attempted a bunt, but did not connect, so now it's 2-2.
Of course, there's a plethora of Division II schools.
By the way, speaking of Division II, the Henderson State Reddies, they're headed to Warrensburg, Missouri after winning the Great American Conference. Knocked off top seed Arkansas Tech and will play in a regional there. As the 2-2 sails high, and it's now 3-2.
Never been one to brag on Arkansas Tech, considering they're a large rival of ours from college, UCA days, but the men's golf team won a national championship earlier this week.
Yeah, I saw that. Here's the 3-2 runner goes. Called strike 3, but the stolen base is good as Salisbury gets to second. Cannon Jones is going to go down on strikes. So that'll be the first out, but it is a stolen base for Salisbury.
I think they're going to call the runner at second out on interference on Jones. I think they're going to say that Jones stepped across the plate, blocking the throwing lane from Dalen Blanchard. Let's a good look at it here. Yeah, exactly right. Stepped in front of the catcher. The home plate umpire called it immediately. Wasn't recognized immediately by the field crew, but it's your unconventional double play there.
Yeah, that as the first pitch is fouled off to Braden Anderson. And that's a really unfortunate situation because he was thinking he walked.
Yeah, Jones was trying to sell the fact that was going to be ball 4, so he takes off for first base, but the home plate umpire having none of it.
Here's the pitch. Is in there, called a strike. It's 0-2 quickly.
It's a big, big break for the Panthers.
Here's the 0-2 pitch that misses low and away. If Braden Anderson gets on, 8-hole hitter Ryan Collins will be up next. That's swung on, popped up to center field. Going back is Fields, and he'll make the catch for the third out. So once again, for Valley View, They go down without getting a run. They go 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless ball game as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Now, more than ever, community is important. Local schools, businesses, and charities are in need of support. Each one of us can make a difference. When you volunteer, give, shop locally, or simply participate, you help support and grow your community. It makes us all stronger when we all are involved. I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. We're proud to be a part of this wonderful community and want to encourage each of you to be involved in yours.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
You can experience the action all over again next week and watch every championship game at youtube.com/Arkansas PBS. Baseball, softball. You can go back for the boys and girls basketball. You can find the state finals there on youtube.com/Arkansas PBS.
So we head to the bottom of the second inning where the 4, 5, 6 hitters are due up for Magnolia. It'll be Hunter Buford who's up first with a .354 average, 27 RBI. Buford's playing first base today for Magnolia. As the first pitch misses wide, right? 1-0. And there's a look at Bobby Beeson, the Magnolia high school baseball coach. He's done a great job with the Panthers over the course of the last few years. And talk to anybody at Magnolia, they have nothing but high things to say about him. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, ripped, foul down the left field side.
A lot of success at Magnolia over the last 2 or 3 years. Obviously, the boys basketball squad loaded. A lot of talent, a couple championships. Got up into the semifinals this year, but athletic programs, Magnolia in the south part of the state, definitely on the rise.
He's got his Panthers with a 20-5 record this year. Here's the 1-1 up top. So it brings the count to 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up into center field. Going back is Caldwell, and he'll settle up underneath it for the first out here in the inning.
Gave that one a little bit of a ride, but to the deepest part of the park. It's 375 all the way to the wall in straightaway center. Buford didn't barrel that one up enough to give it a real chance of getting down.
So that brings up right fielder Xander Taylor. And Taylor's hitting .372 this year with 23 RBI. Does have a home run to his name. That swung on, popped up on the right side into foul territory, and it's going to go foul. Now, one thing we've noticed throughout this last couple days of calling state championship baseball here at Everett Field, a lot of foul territory on either side of first and third bases. There's a lot of running room to be able to catch a foul ball.
A lot of foul grounds. Rare to see at a high school park.
Curveball on an 0-1. It's swung on and missed.
Beauty of a bender there from Anderson. Hasn't shown that off much in the first inning and a half, but have to take a look at me and see if he can swing it.
0-2's the count. Curveball slapped over to the third baseman, Becker. Becker's going to try to make the throw. Not in time, and Taylor's on the bags. They're going to call it an error on the third baseman.
Becker couldn't feel it cleanly. Even on the bobble, almost had a chance to throw out Taylor, but that little bobble right there allows the base runner to get on, and he's tagged with the error.
So now that brings up Cade Browning, the designated hitter, who's hitting .290 this year with 15 RBI. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner, and that was right there painting the black. You hear the crowd not really like that too much, but one thing the officiating staff has done throughout this game and others is really expand the strike zone. As the check swing, guessing they're calling it a ball. It didn't really, well, they're going to say, no, it is a strike. It didn't really indicate. By the way, today's officiating crew is Corey Bowden behind the plate, Kenny Atkins in the field, as well as Justin Yates. 0-2. Here's a pitch inside that misses, and it's 1-2. Two's on the way. This is outside, and it's 2-2.
Hit his spot there, but trying to force Browning to chase. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get a bat off his shoulder.
Two balls, two strikes. We're in the bottom of the second inning with a runner on. There's a fastball called strike three, outside corner.
Magnolia crowd doesn't like that one twice in that at bat. Anderson just kept inching further and further away from that outside corner. We got the benefit of the call there.
Now batting number 4, pitcher Seth Edwards.
So that brings to the plate Seth Edwards. Edwards is today's pitcher, and he's got a batting average of 100 with 9 RBI. Going to miss low and away.
Chance to help himself. 2 outs though. It's going to take something in the gap to have a chance to send Taylor around from first.
1-0 pitch. Misses outside. It's 2-0. Two outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Swung on, popped up high into left field and into foul territory. Coming over to make the catch is the shortstop, Will French. And that's all she wrote for the second inning. So once again, no score in the second. We head to the top of the third inning, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app, your on-demand library for the best of PBS.
Born a slave in Jamaica, taken from a mama. This be my story.
I hate the myth of Hemingway. The man is much more interesting than the myth.
There is no alternative to soul.
That on national TV was revolutionary.
These and other shows are available with Passport on the PBS video app. Download it today.
My name is Al Lopez, Papa Rap in the house. I live in Northwest Arkansas via Puerto Rico. Been here since 1994. Desde 94. And really, Arkansas PBS is the one that has taught me about this great community that we have here. Wonderful, beautiful, so much programming, tanta programación for children, for grown-ups, porque es el canal de Arkansas. This is a real Arkansas channel.
Watch the PBS programs you love whenever you want with the Arkansas PBS Passport. Learn more about this on-demand streaming service benefit at myarpbs.org/passport.
I've had a lot of people that have downloaded the Arkansas PBS Sport app and watched the games or have commented, throughout the different parts of the state. really if you're into high school sports, or really just in PBS general, good app to have. So for Valley View, Ryan Collins is going to be up. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters. Collins, Stotts, and French. Collins batting .353 this year as he takes ball one.
You really have to tip the cap to all the folks at the Arkansas PBS, the AAA, for getting their heads together a few years ago and say, hey, you know what? We need to broadcast these state championship games statewide for free. And it's really taken off. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of the crew. And you mentioned it, RJ. Just around the state, people appreciate it. They've really enjoyed being able to watch these title games. And more importantly, showcase all these student athletes who are competing at a high level.
Well, you know, one thing that I've noticed, and you know, be it as it may, here's the 1-1. That's fouled back. You know, for some of these kids that are in small towns, they don't get recognized a lot of times from colleges. And I know from football, I've had some college coaches say that, you know, they watched the state finals and saw some kids on there that they just didn't really know about. And it helped, you know, make their decision. As here's a strikeout to Ryan Collins. That'll be the first down here in the third. But, you know, college coaches are watching these games and getting to see some talent that they may not even know about across the state.
It's a good showcase to show what you've done, and not only that, set the DVR, and this is going to be a game they watch over and over.
Here's Jackson Stotts swinging at the first pitch. He's hitting .262 this year with 7 RBI.
You're talking about a game, whether they buy it on DVD, watch it on YouTube over and over, they're going to remember this contest for the rest of their lives.
1-1's the count as that one goes outside. The 1-1 is well inside at 80 miles an hour, and it's 2-1.
You got 6 on the outside, nothing on the inside.
2-1 is up high, and it's now 3-1. Three-one pitch misses outside. That's going to be a walk to Jackson Stotts in the 9-hole. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup with Will French. He flied to center field back in the first inning.
Now batting shortstop, number 25.
Really, that's the only negative you can say so far for Seth Edwards. Has been the command at times. 3 walks through the first 2 1/3 innings.
As the first pitch is in there for a ball.
You can see the heat coming off the turf back there behind home plate. It's not your eyeballs making a trick on you. The sun beams off this turf. It does get warm on the playing surface.
Here's the pitch inside, called a strike. 1-1. By the way, look at the hair on first baseman Hunter Buford. When we get a chance, I want to get a Hunter Buford shot. He's got a great set of hair on the back of him. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, popped up. Looks like we're going to have another collision. The catcher going to make the catch, make the throw, and get the double play.
What a great play by Blanchard to not only make the play, able to compose himself, get himself off the turf, and gun down the runner at second base for the double play to get out of the inning.
So Valley View sends 3 to the plate, and we head to the top of the fourth inning, or the bottom of the third inning, excuse me. This is the bottom of the third, scoreless ball game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships in Arkansas PBS Sports.
Sports is so important to this state and the fabric of the state, and I appreciate Arkansas PBS doing all the state title games, and that makes it available for not just the fans in Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, but fans around the entire state. I can only think of the kids in small towns, and this is the biggest moment maybe in their sports careers, and they have that keepsake of having that game on TV to have with them the rest of their lives.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
Portion of the broadcast where we like to highlight student athletes, and Will French from Valley View is the Student Athlete of the Year. And when you look at this senior, he's got a 3.89 GPS, going to go to Arkansas State, play baseball with a degree in ag business. So Will French is our Student Athlete of the Year from Valley View. Back to action here in Benton as we're in the bottom of the third inning, and due up is the 8-9 hitters for Magnolia. Jason Thomas going to lead things off with a .430 batting average. First pitch hits the turf, and it's 1-0. One ball, no strikes. There's the pitch, swung on down the third base line. It hits the bag, pops straight up, and there's a dive back to first base, but it's a base hit for Jason Thomas.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, RJ, and that one just doinks off the third base bag and got him, might have cost himself a double to be quite honest, but safely on with the first hit of the ball game for the Panthers.
So now the 9-hole hitter Tanner Edwards comes to the plate. He's playing shortstop today, batting .379, 21 RBI.
Also the first ball that the Panthers have hit on the ground.
Yeah.
5 of their first 6 outs were all of the pop-up variety.
Here's a sacrifice bunt up the right side. That'll advance Jason Thomas to second base. And it's the first out here in the third.
Just doing your job, the bottom of the order. Edwards sitting .279, does have 21 RBIs on the season, but kind of has that feel that runs are going to be at a premium today, so play a little small ball, put a runner in scoring position for the top of the order for Magnolia.
So now Eli Fields is up back at the top of the order. He fouled out to the third base side back in the first inning. That's fouled out of play.
Kind of interesting. You see Valley View here. They don't really go with the signals from the catcher. They go from the wristband, but
that's a cue shot. Out to short. The throw. And he's out. Tried to go with the dive. And
always run through the bag. Slows yourself down when you dive, even though on the turf. Coach Beeson going to go have a conversation as we take a look at the replay here. And it does look like he was out by maybe half a hand since he was diving. Can't fully say half a step.
It was a close play. I mean, I think they're going to get it.
They're going to get together and talk about it, but it's going to be hard to overturn the first base umpire who's standing there right looking at it.
And you know, like in football, we've got replay that the officials can go look at. We don't have that in baseball, and it's all on judgment for these baseball games. But let's take another look at it. He definitely was thrown out. It was a close play, though. I think what Beeson was asking was, did his foot get pulled off the bag when he stretched out for it? And they were wanting to get a second opinion for him.
Anyway, 2 outs now, but a runner at third. Now a little more pressure on Tyler Hoskins behind the plate to knock down anything in the brown turf, aka that should be the dirt.
So here's Blanchard at plate now. Blanchard flied out to the first baseman in the first inning. Pitch is high. Runner at third base. As the next pitch misses low, and it's now 2-0.
It's just the teeth of the order for Magnolia. 451, 34 RBIs. We talked about the 5 home runs already for Blanchard. 15 extra base hits as well.
Nice curveball in there at 69 miles an hour. It's 2-1.
Kind of backed up on him. Caught the inside portion of the plate. Give it to 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2. It is pretty interesting to see them use cue cards and wristbands to figure out what the sign's going to be. Here's the 2-2. Swung on. Softly looped into right field. Coming back to make the play is Ryan Collins, and that's going to do it for the 3rd inning. So that time for Magnolia, they send 4 to the plate. They get a base hit. They leave 1 stranded. We head to the top of the 4th inning, scoreless ball game. And you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Baseball, the most watched series in PBS history, is coming home.
There he goes.
See how baseball became our national pastime and why this Ken Burns series remains an American classic.
Sign up for our newsletter to be entered to win the entire Ken Burns baseball series on DVD. Riggs Rents, Arkansas's rental equipment provider, from aerial lifts to dirt moving machines and everything in between. Our family owned and operated business takes pride in serving our employees and customers. Riggs Rents, a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
We never gonna stop.
You can win the full Ken Burns Landmark Series Baseball DVD set by signing up to receive our newsletter. You can do that at myarpbs.org/sign up.
Back here as we get ready to start the top of the 4th inning, the Valley View Blazers will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for them, and Grayson Becker, Slade Caldwell, and Tyler Hoskins. And it's almost the middle of the order for Valley View. Now joining us, by the way, is the athletic director for Benton High School, Scott Nethery. And Coach, Bobby and I have talked about it the entire time we've been here now, and what great facilities Benton High School has.
And we're spoiled here in Benton, that's for sure. We're spoiled with good people in town that care about athletics and care about the schools and care about our kids, and want to make sure that we got top-notch everything.
We're going to continue to talk to you throughout the half inning as Becker's at the plate. His first pitch is swung on and fouled back, and he'll start off 0-2. You know, Coach, I'd been over to the football stadium many times, but had never really looked over this side. And you don't see a lot of high schools nowadays with the all-turf infield, outfield, as this one's popped up on the left side. It's going to go into foul territory. And that's the first down here in the top of the 4th. When your coaching staff came to you and said, hey, we want to turf this whole thing and have some of the best batting cages in high school baseball, what was your reaction?
Well, I think I was the one that said, hey, I want to turf everything because I'm tired of paying for dirt and tarps and everything else, and when it rains we had delays and all kinds of stuff, so we were all on the same page.
When you look at baseball coaches in particular, softball coaches are usually a little calmer.
Mm-hmm.
What was that conversation like? It's like, hey coach, I'm going to turf your field, because baseball guys are usually purists about their playing surface.
No, he was good. He was good with it. And Coach Ballister, he always had an immaculate field when we were over at the other field and had grass and dirt and everything. And at first, he was out here trying to drag this field all the time. He didn't know what to do with all his time. But, man, he was excited about it. He just knew that we were going to build a first-class stadium. And we've got a first-class baseball program here at Benton and softball program and all programs really. So we just want to make sure our facilities match what our program's doing.
2-2's the count to Slade Caldwell, who's the 3-hole hitter, as the 2-2's outside makes it 3-2. Now, Coach, when everything with Fayetteville, you know, between the pandemic and then the regionals, the AAA comes to you and says, hey, we want you to host the state finals. That's pretty an accomplishment, not only for you but the entire athletic department, to say, hey, our facilities are nice enough to host the finals.
Sure. And I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, every fiber and bone in my body was saying, no, we don't want to do that work. But you're right. And it's just it's awesome for our town, awesome for our community. I called our mayor and first said, number one, you're welcome. Number two, I need help. So, and he's been, Tom Farmer's been great, ex-athletic director, so he understands everything that's involved with that. So, yeah, we're the whole school, our school board, our school, the town, chamber, everybody's excited that we can bring this to Benton.
Tyler Hoskins at the plate. He's the catcher. He grounded out to third base back in the first, and he takes 0-1. Well, Coach, we just want to get you on to talk about how great this has been, how the appreciation that you have shown us for all this as the runner goes. Here's the 0-1. Called a strike, and it's a stolen base for Slade Caldwell. But, yeah, Coach, this has been awesome.
Well, and I'm going to tell you this. You know, it's one of those things where I know a lot of people would love to go to U of A and love to go to Baum, love to go to Bogle and do that thing. So since they're not doing that, we wanted to make sure that we could host an event that was as first class as we could make it and make it a championship atmosphere. And hopefully we've gotten close to that. So we feel very good about what we've been able to do so far.
Well, it's always a nice luxury to have, too, not only hosting the championship, you had a squad playing in the championship game. The softball team capped off an amazing season, and that ball's missed high. But let's talk about your softball squad, not only getting to win a state championship, play for a state championship, but to do it at home.
Oh, what a special thing to do. You know, number one, going undefeated. I don't know how many teams have gone undefeated in the state before. And then win the state championship on your home field is pretty remarkable, I would think. And, man, we've got such a talented group, got a good coaching staff, and could be more proud for them. But it's definitely a unique experience to be able to win it on our own field and be undefeated and be as dominant as what we've been this year in softball.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time, and we're going to wrap up 2 more baseball games throughout the day, a couple more softball games, and it's been a good time as there's a throw down to third, and he's safe at third base. Coach, we appreciate everything.
Man, I appreciate you. Thanks.
That's Scott Nethery, the athletic director here at Benton High School, as there's a 3-2 count on Tyler Hoskins and a man at third base now with only 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning.
You got to give a lot of credit to Slade Caldwell, swiping second and third.
Here's a shot to left field. Going back is the left fielder, Thomas. That'll bring in a run. And it's 1-0, Valley View.
And you've got to give all the credit in the world right there to Caldwell. He got himself not only into scoring position, but up to third with his legs. The freshman doing work. And then Hoskins able to drive him home with that sac fly RBI.
So now that brings up Carter Salisbury, the DH. He walked back in the 2nd inning. So Salisbury's at the plate, working from the right side. It's 1-0 Valley View. That swung on and found out a play.
It's a big, big run for Valley View as the Blazers strike first. They'll give their starting pitcher a lead, who, oh, by the way, has a .84 ERA. So normally 1 run's good enough for Braden Anderson, but we'll have to see if that can hold up against this potent Magnolia lineup.
Here's the pitch to Salisbury. Fouled off. 2 strikes on him now. And, you know, when you look at the box score for Valley View, they've got the 1 run, but they've yet to get a hit in the baseball game.
That's right.
Here's the 2-2. Up tall.
Caldwell drew the walk. Swipe second, swipe third. If you can't hear it at home, the Magnolia faithful. Not a huge fan of the strike zone.
Swung on out to short. Big throw. They get him. Well, that's going to do it for Valley View in the top of the fourth inning. They get one run, no hits. They don't leave anybody on the bags. And we will head to the bottom of the fourth inning where you're watching Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I'm Logan Duval.
And I'm Lauren McCullough, and we are pleased to represent Arkansas PBS as the host of these first installments of the new segment series, Good Roots.
Good Roots will explore the culture and innovation of small towns across the state of Arkansas. Tune in for Arkansas Week or find us online.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
Arkansas has good people, good stories, and now good roots. Join us as we explore rural communities and agriculture in Good Roots, the second Friday of each month during Arkansas Week at 7:30 p.m.
Well, Magnolia comes to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth inning as they are going to bring the 3-4-5 hitters to the plate, and they are down 1-0 here in this contest. Tanner Nielsen, Hunter Buford, and Xander Taylor are the three batters due up. Nielsen back in the first inning, flying to second base.
If you ever pay attention to Anderson here, he has to go to his back pocket to see his pitching chart. The signal's being called in from the dugout because pitchers are not allowed to wear anything on their arms as far as wristbands. It's kind of an archaic rule that goes back to, I think, 1412. That could be distracting for a hitter. You know, baseball was invented before Columbus discovered America.
Here's the 1-0. Fastball that misses low, and it's 2-0. Two O's on the way. Swung on and missed. Tell you the command that Braden Anderson has had so far in this game. He's just done a really good job hitting his spots and really not throwing a lot of pitches so far.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. It's swung on, popped up into right field, and that's going to go foul.
There's been a lot of that, RJ. Just a lot of pop flies, a lot of, I'm not going to call it easy contact, but Magnolia's having a tough time getting the barrel on the baseball. That's usually a pretty good indicator of late movement. At least Anderson doesn't throw overly hard, but hitting his spots and, more importantly, missing the barrel of the bat.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, fouled off.
The only ball that was really hit hard was by Jason Thomas, one that bounced off the third base bag that held what should have been a double to just a one-bagger.
Two balls, two strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, back of the box. And nice play by the shortstop. Makes the throw. How about that? Great job that time by Will French to be able to go deep with range, spin around and make a throw.
Great play by French. Let's go back towards the second base bag. Able to use his momentum to pop right up off the turf. Perfect throw to get a sliding Nelson. It's twice now we've seen a Magnolia runner try to slide into first base.
I think you would be more if you slid with your feet first. I think you might slide a little better. As the first pitch misses low.
You know, they've done all kinds of research and reports on whether you should slide into first base or not, and generally it slows you down just a little bit. I think that throw was strong enough from French. It would have gunned him down had he not left his feet.
Here's the 1-0. That's a nice fastball that catches inside corner of the plate. 1-1. One's on the way. Check swing. Hits the dirt. It's 2-1. Xander Taylor's on deck for Magnolia. There's the pitch. It's inside. Misses and goes 3-1.
One of the few times today that Anderson's fallen behind in the count. And Buford hit .354 average hitter, 27 RBIs. He's sitting dead red fastball here and see if he can turn on one, get one to the gap.
Here's the 3-1. Up top. And Hunter Buford, the four-hole hitter, is going to be walking to first base.
Third base runner of the day for the Panthers. Just the first walk issued by Anderson.
Now letting over to the right fielder, Xander.
So now Xander Taylor is going to come to the plate. He got on back in the second inning due to an error by the third baseman. First pitch, swung on out to short. And it's bobbled by Will French. And runners are going to stay at first and second.
Looked like it was going to be a tailor-made double play ball, but French, who made the great play ranging to his left, could not corral that one going to his right. Kicks off his glove. Now all of a sudden the Panthers are threatening here in the fourth.
Now Xander Taylor's gotten on both times now due to an error. He got on in the second with an error from the third baseman. Now gets on because of an error by the shortstop. And so that brings up Cade Browning to the plate. He struck out back in the second.
Got a new runner in at second base as they lift Buford. A little more speed out there.
There's the first pitch, calling a strike on the outside corner.
That's how important that run's going to be on second base. You can kind of sense in the ballpark those runs aren't going to be very plentiful today, so you've got to take advantage of any scoring opportunity that you get. And that's why Magnolia makes the change. The runner out at second.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball, going to miss outside. It's now 1-1.
I believe that is Cade Keeley brought in to run at second.
As that pitch goes low, it's now 2-1.
Browning with 15 RBIs this season, .290 average hitter. Ahead in the count. Got a chance to do a little damage here.
2 balls, 1 strike, runners at first and second. Swung on out to short. Double play ball. Got him at second, over to first. Stretches and makes the play, gets the double play.
Great job to bounce back by French there. Makes the nice clean pick off the turf. Starts the 6-4-3 double play. The twin killing gets the Blazers out of the jam.
So that's going to do it for Magnolia in the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth. Valley View leads it 1-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
This past year has felt like a marathon in many ways, with each of us working to reach the finish line. We are happy we can make this journey together. Arkansas PBS is over halfway to our goal of adding 3,000 members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive $21,000 from our Ambassador Circle. If you're not yet a member, you can help us reach the finish line. Call or go online today.
Without you, Arkansas PBS would not be possible. Consider becoming a member to support Arkansas high school sports. You can do it today. Just go to myarpbs.org/donate.
Well, we're in the top of the fifth inning, and Magnolia's Seth Edwards giving up that one run so far, but
hasn't given up a hit.
Yeah, well, he's not giving up a hit. That's the thing, and Valley View still looking for their first hit with Cannon Jones, Brayton Anderson, and Ryan Collins. The 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Blazers.
Yeah, the one thing that Seth Edwards has to do, though, he's got to be a little more consistent finding the strike zone. He's issued a free pass in every inning up to this point.
First pitch to him's ball.
Just a little out of character. 57 innings pitched coming into today and only 29 walks.
That's swung on, knocked down by the third baseman. Going to make the long throw, and does. Boy, what a great play that time by Tanner Nielsen.
Great job to keep his composure. Knocks it down, ranging to his glove side, to left. Reaches over, picks it up with his glove, guns down the runner. First out of the inning.
That's full extension right there to knock it down and make the out. Here's Anderson now. He's going to swing. Go to the left field with it. And Thomas is going to settle up underneath it for the out. So 2 quick outs just like that. And now the 8-hole hitter Ryan Collins is at the plate.
So really good contact from Anderson there. Gave that one a charge right at the left fielder Thomas. 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning as we're cruising right along.
Pitch is swung on. 0-1 to Ryan Collins. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. 0-1's inside, called a strike, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, had to labor too much on the mound. His next pitch will be number 70 for Edwards.
There's the 0-2. Gets him swinging, and that was a quick half inning for Seth Edwards. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Valley View leads it 1-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
The Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
Summer heat calls for cool treats like ice cream, great burgers, and other local favorites. Discover some of the best in Arkansas dairy bars, neat eats, and cool treats at premieres this summer. You can see the complete schedule and set reminders at myarpbs.org/schedule. It's a nail biter.
Yeah, we are in the bottom of the fifth inning where Valley View, they lead this thing 1-0. Magnolia somewhat put some pressure on them back in the fourth inning, and now they'll send their 7, 8, 9 hitters to the plate and lead off with Seth Edwards. Edwards back in the second inning, flied out to the shortstop. And he lifts this one to right field. Coming in is Stotts, and he'll make the catch for the first out.
Yeah, just more soft contact. And getting under everything is Magnolia. Seventh fly ball out recorded for this Valley View defense.
So Jason Thomas at the plate got a base hit that hit off the third base bag back in the third inning. Swung on, fouled off.
You can tell that Magnolia is wanting to attack early in the count. They've done so all day, but they might be playing right into the hands of Braden Anderson. That pitch count only at 54. As we're here in the bottom of the fifth.
And really neither pitcher's thrown a lot of pitches. I mean,
70 on the other side.
Yeah.
Trust in your defense.
Here's the 0-1. It's in there at 80, but misses.
Just one strikeout, one walk for Anderson. That's always a good sign that the pitch count's going to stay low. You know, full counts, not many of those. No long at bats with foul balls.
1-1's on the way. That is a ball that's outside. It's now 2-1.
It's a good spot, though. Anderson's been living on that low outside corner all afternoon long.
Two balls, one strike. That's swung on, chop, foul down the third base side to even the count.
Great play by Coach Beeson down there. Shows he's still got good hands in that third base box.
2-2's the count. And here's the pitch by Anderson. Fastball is going to miss outside. Takes the count 3-2.
There's more of that speaking it into existence that we've done, so there haven't been many full counts today, and voila.
It just happens. It's curse of Bobby, that's what I'm going to say. Full count's on the way. Swung on, fouled back. You also said there wasn't a lot of foul balls.
I did. Not many long at bats. Shattering all of that right here with one batter.
Oh.
Instead of blaming me, let's just say the odds were in its favor.
It's going to happen eventually.
That's right. Had to happen.
Here's the 3-2. Swung on. Into left field. It's a base hit. Jason Thomas now owns both base hits that are in the ball game.
Both to the left side, one to each side of the third baseman. It's always nice to have the luxury of having an 8-hole hitter who's batting .430 on the season.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Talk about flipping your lineup over.
So that brings up Tanner Edwards now, who's got the sac fly back in the third. He's on the season averaging a .279 average. First pitch to him's in the dirt.
Congratulations to the Van Buren Pointers, 5A boys soccer champions. Just behind us here at the football/soccer field.
Van Buren's had a good weekend.
They have.
Here's the 1-0, runner goes. Make the throw, and he's going to be safe. Slid past the bag and had to scramble back to get to it.
See, that happen a lot for teams that don't necessarily play on turf a bunch. A good strong throw down to second. Shoots the bag. It's a play from earlier today. That was the interference call that we saw. Well, Thomas in scoring position. Edwards see if he can add to his 21 RBIs on the season.
Tanner Edwards has a 2-0 count on him. Here's the pitch. Swung on, left to the left. It's going back and it's down. They're going to score 1 run. Edwards is going to slide into second with an RBI double.
A great swing out there. The first real solid contact that Magnolia's been able to put on Braden Anderson, and that ball was smoked over the left fielder's head, gets all the way to the wall. Tanner Edwards gets RBI number 22, and we are all squared up in a run apiece.
That is only the second double that Tanner Edwards has hit this year, and it came at a good time. And now Eli Fields, the center fielder, is going to be up. He's the number 1 hitter on this team. He's 0 for 2 on the day as he flied out to the first baseman, then grounded out to the shortstop. Swung on and missed.
Took something off there, did Anderson. Got the leadoff hitter Fields way out in front.
Only 1 out here in the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. It's popped up into foul territory. And coming over to make the play is the first baseman, Jones, and that'll be 2 outs now here in the inning.
Great job by Jones to recognize that he was running out of room, found the railing in front of the dugout, makes the play, rips his head around to make sure that Edwards wasn't trying to swipe an extra base.
So now Dalen Blanchard, the catcher, is going to be up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Fly to first and fly to second in the 1st and 3rd innings. Curveball swung on, popped up into left center. Coming in is Caldwell. And he'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the inning. But not until Magnolia puts 1 run on the board and gets 2 base hits. They leave 1 on the bags. We head to the top of the 6th inning, where we've got a tie ball game, 1-1, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Baseball, the most watched series in PBS history, is coming home.
There he goes.
See how baseball became our national pastime and why this Ken Burns series remains an American classic.
Sign up for our newsletter to be entered to win the entire Ken Burns baseball series on DVD.
If you couldn't make it to the game, Arkansas PBS now offers more ways to view the action on demand. Just visit youtube.com/Arkansas PBS.
Look at that shot right there, Bobby. You know, if somebody's just tuning in right now and they're like, man, they manicure the grass really well there in Benton.
Mow it different directions, get that look going.
They got it going on over in Benton. This turf. And we are in the top of the 6th inning, where the 9-1-2 hitters are at the plate in Jackson Stotts, Will French, and Grayson Becker.
No question, this is one of the nicest high school facilities in this part of the country. Rogers Heritage have built something pretty similar to this. Brand new this year. Gorgeous facilities.
Do they have the midway that goes between the two? The walking bridge in
they
between?
Don't. No, the outfields actually butt up against each other,
oh, okay.
I believe, at their parks.
Here's the first pitch to Stotts as it misses low, and it's 1-0. So they butt up to each other, so can a home run go into the softball park?
It'd have to take a pretty good hack at it.
Here's a 1-0 that's fouled off.
Yeah, I think you'd probably have to clear the fences by close to 100 feet.
I got you. That would be a shot.
It would be.
1-1's on the way. This is inside, and it's now 2-1. Two-one, swung on, lifted to center. Going back is the center fielder Fields, and he'll record the out. Valley View still looking for their first base hit. As Will French comes to the plate, he's 0 for 2 on the day.
They have had a handful of base runners. They've drawn 4 walks. Obviously able to scratch one across in the 4th inning. Still a couple stolen bases and a sac fly.
First pitch to French is low, and it's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled off, and it's 1-1.
Good pace to this contest. Both these pitchers working quickly.
That's swung on, ripped foul down the first base side.
And maybe more importantly, working effectively.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot of, trying to edge that strike zone a little bit. They're just throwing it up there and getting the ball put in play, let their defense help them out. Here's the 1-2. That's swung on. It's lifted to center field. Going back is Fields. He's making a long run and a dive. It gets down for a base hit. Rounding second is Becker. He's headed to third. And he'll have a stand-up triple here in the top of the 6th inning. That's the first base hit for Valley View.
Big time swing there, and you can see it starting just to slice away from that center fielder. Eli Fields made a great effort at it, but that slicing effect is out of his diving effort. Able to motor all the way to third is French for that triple.
And that is the 3rd triple of the year for Will French. So that'll bring up Grayson Becker to the plate, who's 0 for 2 on the day.
.434 average for Grayson. And there's one.
So now you've got runners on the corners for Valley View. By the way, that's the 7th, or excuse me, no, it is the 7th hit batsman for Seth Edwards this year.
Now Caldwell comes to the plate, this talented freshman. RJ's already mentioned, committed to play at Ole Miss. He's been on base both times. He's been up, drawn a walk each time.
Now Coach Beeson making his way out to talk to his pitcher. This is outside of Valley View scoring in the 4th, and the only reason they got on was because of the walk that Seth Edwards issued to Slade Caldwell. This has really been the most threatening that Valley View's been to Magnolia all game.
No doubt. They're starting to put the barrel on the ball. Edwards not quite as effective, at least in the first few batters of this inning. Obviously the hit by pitch not going to help things out either.
So Slade Caldwell's at the plate. He's walked both times he's been up today.
Now at number 24, center fielder Slade Caldwell.
As he'll take a strike, and Grayson Becker's going to make his way to second with a stolen base.
2 in scoring position, anything to the outfield.
And this one's fisted back towards the shortstop. Could make a tough play. Infield hit, scores a run. It took a weird hop off the side of the mound, and it didn't allow for Tanner Edwards to charge it like he should have.
Got in and jammed him, but there's a lot of side spin on that. And you mentioned RJ takes a funny hop and forced Tanner Edwards to eat it, not even attempt to throw to first base as Caldwell drives in a run.
Infield base hit.
Maybe look for Caldwell to steal here as well. Put another runner in scoring position.
Tyler Hoskins is at the plate. Runner goes. They'll let him head into second base.
His third stolen base of the day.
Here's Hoskins swinging, and it's 0-2.
Magnolia bringing the infield in all the way around.
Oh-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses low. 1-2. One out here in the sixth inning. That swung on and popped high into left field. Coming in is Thomas. He'll settle underneath it and make the catch. Here comes the run. They're going to throw it in, and that'll score another run. Runner's going to advance, that being Caldwell to third base.
Too much air on that throw. It also allows Caldwell to take it to third. RBI sac fly for Hoskins, his 32nd run driven in this season.
There's 2 outs now here in the sixth, and Carter Salisbury will be at the plate as Valley View has extended their lead to 3-1. Fastball is going to miss low and away. There's the 1-0 out to short, and it's going to eat him up. It's going to score another run off the air. Tanner Edwards had it pop up late into his belly. And that's going to bring Slade Caldwell home, and they've now scored 3 runs here in the sixth inning.
Tanner Edwards kicking himself there. He knew he had a chance to get out of that inning to avoid further damage, but let that one get a little too deep on him, and the Valley View's put up a crooked number here in the sixth.
So now Cannon Jones is up. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout.
Now letting know for our first baseman, Cannon Jones.
Runner goes, they're going to throw down and get him easily. So Salisbury's caught stealing. 2-6 on the putout, and that's 3 outs here in the sixth. But boy, did Valley View come alive here in the sixth. They put up 3 runs off of 2 base hits. And we head to the bottom of the sixth inning where Magnolia's got some work to do. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For information regarding COVID-19 vaccine clinic locations, call the Arkansas Department of Health Vaccine Clinic Call Center at 1-800-985-6030.
Now, more than ever, community is important. Local schools, businesses, and charities are in need of support. Each one of us can make a difference. When you volunteer, give, shop locally, or simply participate, you help support and grow your community. It makes us all stronger when we all are involved. I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. We're proud to be a part of this wonderful community and want to encourage each of you to be involved in yours.
We never gonna stop.
You can download photos from this game. All you have to do, go to myarpbs.org/photos. Caddy out there grinding away in the heat.
He was in here taking pictures just a minute ago. I was like,
okay. He was getting the air conditioning for a few minutes.
Okay, Kai, I'll get your picture. Yeah. We're back here in the bottom of the sixth, where Valley View leads it 4-1 over Magnolia. The 3, 4, 5 hitters are due up for Magnolia: Tanner Nielsen, Hunter Buford, and Xander Taylor. First pitch is fouled off to Tanner Nielsen. Nielsen is 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out in the fourth to the shortstop, and then popped up to the second baseman in the first.
It's been a really uneventful day for the outfielders.
Yeah.
For Valley View.
Here's the 0-1. That's up top. It's 1-1. No, you're exactly right. Looking through this lineup card, there's only been 2 balls hit, or 3 balls hit to the outfield. 1 in the second, and 2 in the fifth. Everything else the infield's handled. One's the count. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2.
And what that indicates is the lack of really solid contact from this Magnolia offense. Anderson is doing a good job of avoiding the barrel of the bat. Big soft contact.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball hits the dirt. Two balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Catcher Hoskins having to work on his gear.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, popped up. It's back behind second. Coming in as the right fielder, Stotts. And he'll make the catch in shallow right field for the first out. So that brings up the 4-hole hitter, Hunter Buford, who walked back in the 4th inning and then flied to center field in the 2nd inning. Fastball catches the outside corner of the plate. It's 0-1.
Delayed call there. Buford did draw a walk. The 4th. It's flying out to center. 354 average though.
Oh, 1 hits the dirt. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. So far for Valley View, only 73 pitches thrown. Here's the 1-1. That's swung on, lit to the left. Coming in is the left fielder, Becker, and he'll make the catch.
What was it about? I said outfielders weren't getting much work.
Yeah, back-to-back plays have been to the outfield. So that brings up Xander Taylor now. Xander's gotten on both times today because of an error.
Helps the on-base percentage. Doesn't help the batting average much, though.
First pitch to him, swung on and chopped foul. Two outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 4-1 Valley View. Xander Taylor sees his 0-1 go high. It's 1-1. Braden Anderson out there for Valley View. been dealing 76 pitches so far. Here's the 1-1 to Taylor. That's inside, misses, and it's 2-1. If Xander Taylor is able to get on, Cade Browning, the DH, is up next. He's a 6-hole hitter. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play.
This could be a big shutdown inning for Anderson. This offense just got him a lead. Well, he's thinking to himself, it'd be nice to return the favor and get a quick 1-2-3 inning, but his offense back to the plate.
The Deucers are wild here in this 6th inning. Swung on and fouled back. Braden Anderson with the leg kick, and here's the pitch. Swung on, out to short. French is going to try to make a play. It goes high, pulls him off the bag, and once again, Xander Taylor gets on him because of an error.
3 for 3 in that category. Throw pulls the first baseman, Cannon Jones, off the bag. Throw would have beaten him. And that's why it's ruled an error, the 3rd error on Valley View.
It's the 2nd one on the shortstop, French. So that brings up Cade Browning now. First pitch is swung on and lifted to right field. And that'll go foul. Going 1. Don't forget, later today, over on the softball field, you'll have the 1A softball game between Taylor and Sacred Heart. That'll be coming up at 4 o'clock right here on Arkansas PBS. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, it's the 1A boys game, or 1A baseball game, excuse me. It's the Izard County versus Viola game.
It's going to be the 5th meeting between those two squads this year.
0-1 pitch hits the dirt. And if you're interested in soccer, which just got underway, the 3A soccer game between Green Forest and Harding Academy girls is going on right now. And then at 4 o'clock, it's 3A soccer and boys action, Green Forest and Harding Academy. Here's the 1-1. Fastball at the knees, called a strike.
Harding Academy baseball has already captured the championship this weekend.
Yeah, they've had a really good athletic year.
No doubt. Football, boys basketball, now baseball, all state champs.
One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball gets away from the catcher. Runner's going to go, and Taylor's going to get into second safely.
First wild pitch that we've seen today. It's a big spot, though, as Taylor now in scoring position.
The 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ball hits the dirt, and it's 3-2.
I'll be trying to overthrow it just a bit here. He knows how important it is to get out of this inning and preserve that 3-run lead. Reach back and find a few extra miles per hour in his back pocket. Just trust your stuff if you're Braden Anderson. It's been good all day.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, fouled out of play. Cade Browning at the plate. If he's able to get on. Seth Edwards is due up next. Here's the pitch, swung on. I'll tell you, we talked about that pitch count as well at the start of this thing. And he's already thrown 21 pitches so far this inning.
He's now into the upper 80s. 86 pitches now thrown by Braden Anderson. Still just one strikeout, one walk. A lot of contact pitch too.
Here's the 3-2. Swung on, lifted high to left field. It's going to be in foul territory. Coming over is Becker, and he'll make the catch for the third out. So for Magnolia, they get one runner on because of an error. They strand that one runner. We head to the top of the 7th inning, where Valley View leads at 4-1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your The Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your state government. Live stream board and commission meetings, press conferences, legislative proceedings, and more. Events are also archived for 30 days. Receive updates right on your phone by texting ARCAN to 313131. Be informed and get involved at myarkansaspbs.org/ARCAN.
Blimey.
Quite something, isn't it?
Watch entire seasons of your favorite shows from Masterpiece.
Well, one thing is clear.
Time is not on our side. With Passport on the PBS video app. Binge your favorite and the latest shows from our huge collection of dramas.
I'm looking forward to all sorts of things.
Oh, how exciting.
Or catch up on episodes you've missed.
Go on then, what are you waiting for? Downton is catching up with the times we live in.
These and other Masterpiece shows are available with Passport on the PBS video app. Download it today.
For a DVD copy of any of the state championship games, just go to M&M Productions to place your order. That's mmproductions.net.
The 6, 7, 8 hitters are due up for Valley View to start the top half of the 7th inning as Valley View leads at 4-1 here in the 4A title game. I'm R.J. Hawk along with Bobby Swafford. As Cannon Jones, the first baseman, is due up first. He's 0 for 2 on the day for Valley View. He struck out back in the 2nd inning, then grounded out to third base in the 5th. First pitch to him is high and inside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah. Crisp game so far. Just an hour and a half into it.
1-0 pitch is swung on and missed.
That foul tip right off the home plate umpire's mask. Check on him, make sure he's okay. Took a couple steps back after foul ball caught him on the face.
Tell you, that's a heck of a shoulder guard he's got going on. He looks like he'd play middle linebacker for the Razorbacks.
Gave a thumbs up, said he's good. Class move there by the Magnolia battery. Catcher goes out and talks to his pitcher. Ooh, right off the face.
Even the catcher's like, I am so sorry.
Yeah. Foul tip.
Did not mean to not catch that. As this one's fouled off, it's 1-2. You know, I've umpired a few games, and I've taken one off the mask like that, and it makes you kind of see double for a minute. There's a 1-2. Curveball in there.
Pitch.
Nice pitch. That time by Seth Edwards. That's the first out here in the 7th.
He hasn't broken out the breaking ball too many times today. That was a perfect spot for it. And Cannon Jones was tantalized by the spin and couldn't get the shoulder off his bat. Bat off his shoulder, I should say.
Here's Braden Anderson with a base hit. See ball, hit ball. That's what Brandon Anderson says, and he's on with a base hit.
Pitcher helping his own cause.
It's now Ryan Collins is up, and he struck out twice today.
Good look at the altered old school Brewers logo that
I was going to
Valley View has there.
We were going to mention that throughout the broadcast.
You got to have a really good look at it.
Yeah.
It's complex. 3 letters that make up a glove.
What about throwing down a bunt, but backed it off. It's 1-0. That logo, though, is old school.
It is. Unique. Obviously, that's unique to the baseball and probably the softball squads. I'm here for it.
Here's the 1-0. Showed bunt again, but pulled it back. It's 2-0.
There's a good look at it there.
I like the 3D look on the helmets. It's not just a flat logo on the helmets.
Yeah, we're starting to see that a little more. Kind of like the embroidered look on the front of a baseball hat.
Here's the 2-0, and he gets it back. It was 3-0.
Just all the big league teams, a lot of the college teams have gone to that. You can call it a puffy logo because it's usually styrofoam or something along the likes.
Here's the 3-0, and it hits him.
Well, if you're going to give him a free base, you might as well make him wear one. Now 2 runners on for Valley View with just 1 out, and that's going to bring Coach Beeson to the mound and making a change.
Well, that's the second hits batsman in consecutive innings, and it is going to be enough for him for today. So Seth Edwards is out. We'll get the new pitcher after the break. Valley View leads this one 4-1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
This past year has felt like a marathon in many ways, with each of us working to reach the finish line. We are happy we can make this journey together. Arkansas PBS is over halfway to our goal of adding 3,000 members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive $21,000 from our Ambassador Circle. If you're not yet a member, you can help us reach the finish line. Call or go online today.
New pitcher in the game for Magnolia, Tanner Nielsen, as he takes over for Seth Edwards. Number for Edwards today, 5 strikeouts, 6 1/3 innings. Work. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. He's also responsible for the 2 runners on base. Now Nielsen, who's been playing third base all day, has to come into the mound and try to get out of this jam and keep the deficit at 3. Trying to give the Blazers one last chance. Excuse me, the Panthers one last chance when they come up in the bottom half of the frame.
Tanner Nielsen is 7-0 on the year. He's got a 3.28 ERA in 64 innings of work. He has 57 strikeouts, and he is the new pitcher as he'll face Seth Edwards. Or excuse me, no, he's got Jackson Stotts. And here's a bunt down the third base side. Good bunt. Great bunt, actually. Because the third baseman for Valley View was nowhere to be seen. He was playing too far back. That was Barrett Brooks. And now you've got bases loaded for Valley View.
Now in shortstop, number 25, Will French.
Brings up French, who had the triple in the gap last time up.
First pitch is swung on out to center field. 1 run's going to score. And they'll keep the bags full.
Let's get on the merry-go-round. It's the liner right back up the middle. 16th RBI of the season for Will French. Now the teeth of the order coming up for Valley View, and they got a chance to really blow this one open.
And I said the third baseman was Brooks. It's actually Seth Edwards. Here's another base hit. Goes to right field. 1 run scores. Second run comes in. It scores. They throw to second, get the out there.
2-run single for Becker. He doesn't care if he gets thrown out at second base. 2 huge insurance runs, and Valley View's offense has really come to life in the last 2 innings. 3 in the 6th, and already now 3 here in the 7th.
Center fielder number 24, Slade Caldwell.
So there's 2 outs now here in the inning as Slade Caldwell's at the plate. Runner gets past the catcher, or the ball gets past the catcher. Runner comes in to score. That's now 4 runs here in the inning. It's 8-1, and Valley View has blown this thing wide open.
Don't want to give anything easy to Caldwell. Try to be a little too fine. That one gets to the backstop, gives up an easy run.
Here's the 1-0. Down low, it goes to 2-0.
Let's see. Nip and tuck game through first 5 innings, but Valley View's offense finally came to life, and they've blown it wide open, RJ.
2-0's low and goes to 3-0. No, you're exactly right. Well, you know, Valley View was hitting as a team .340 coming into this game. And they really, if you think about it, Seth Edwards did a great job really holding them down throughout the entire game as the 3-0's in the dirt. Be another walk for Slade Caldwell, who's been walked 3 times in this game.
On base all 4 times he's come up. You mentioned the 3 walks. He also has 3 stolen bases. Scored a pair of runs. 7. I don't know if I'd see him take off here, but he's obviously a threat to come around to score. Anything in the gap.
Here's Hoskins now. Sees the pitch, catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Now they're going to throw back to first. Ball gets away from the first baseman as Caldwell's going to head to second.
Ball rolled into the dugout, it looks like. So Caldwell's going to stay on second base after the throwing error on the pitcher.
So Hoskins at the plate with an 0-1 count. Curveball in there, called a strike. It's 0-2.
Big pitch there from Nielsen.
Curveball swung on out to short. Gonna make the throw. It one hops the first baseman, but they get it. 6-3 on the putout. But not until Valley View comes alive with 4 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Magnolia is going to make up 7 runs. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory-certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Riggs Rents, Arkansas's rental equipment provider, from aerial lifts to dirt moving machines and everything in between. Our family owned and operated business takes pride in serving our employees and customers. Riggs Rents, a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
Arkansas PBS is proud to bring you the high school baseball and softball state finals live, and we're just getting warmed up in 2021. We're going to be live in the fall with the football state championship games coming up from War Memorial Stadium.
Well, a new batter. It was supposed to be Seth Edwards at the plate to start this half inning, and they're going to pinch hit for Seth Edwards and put in Ethan Franks into the lineup. Franks will be at the plate. He swings at the first pitch. Gloved by the first baseman, covered by the pitcher, and there's one out.
Great job by the first baseman Jones to range to his right, make the play, and flips it over to Braden Anderson covering the first out of the inning.
Now Jason Thomas will be at the plate. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Has 2 base hits for Magnolia.
Number 11, left fielder, Jason.
He also is the one person that has come around to score for the Panthers today.
Pair of hits. He's had a nice day at the plate.
First pitch to him is swung on and fouled back. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Pumped it in there at 78 miles an hour.
And if you're Braden Anderson, there's really no need to try to paint the corners. This pitch to contact here, he's done it pretty much the entire game. Just 1 strikeout and 1 walk, but only allowed 3 hits.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's up high.
.91 pitches now for Anderson. Really hasn't had to labor too much.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he blows it back by him for a strikeout. And that'll bring up Tanner Edwards to the plate.
Number 8, shortstop, Tanner Edwards.
First pitch to him is called strike. Tanner Edwards got a double back in the 5th inning and a sack bunt in the 3rd. Been since 2009 since Valley View has won a state championship. We're on the verge right here. Here's the 0-1. Swung on a miss. It's 0-2. Two's the count. 2 outs here in the 7th. Valley View leads it 8-1. Pitch is on the way. Swung on and missed. Valley View, they are your 4A state champions for the first time since 2009.
The offense was dormant for the first 5 innings, but exploded for 7 runs over the final 2 plate appearances. And the Blazers from Valley View are your 4A state champs.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll name the MVP of this game and tournament for Class 4A as Valley View wins it 8-1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Baseball, the most watched series in PBS history, is coming home.
There he goes.
See how baseball became our national pastime and why this Ken Burns series remains an American classic.
Sign up for our newsletter to be entered to win the entire Ken Burns baseball series on DVD.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Magnolia, the runners-up, they will finish the season with a 20-6 record. But Valley View, they extend their record to 29-6, and they are the Class 4A title winners. Hell of a one, I'm RJ Hawk with Bobby Swafford wrapping things up from the 4A title game as Valley View wins their first title since 2009. Bobby, you couldn't ask for a better performance. This was a game that was neck and neck all the way up through the 6th inning. And then Valley View really opened the door on this thing when they scored 3 runs in the 6th, then 4 in the 7th.
Yeah, you're going to see the final score and think it was lopsided the entire way, but it really wasn't. But we got a good shot of Braden Anderson. Just the way he pitched, just commanded the strike zone, really forced Magnolia to kind of start pressing at the plate. 7 innings, 3 hits, just 1 run. Struck out 3. Pretty impressive performance all around for Valley View.
And they're going to name the MVP for Valley View as Braden Anderson. I think that's much deserved, don't you?
Yeah, there's no question about it. He carried the torch here in the state championship game. Just kept his defense active. Big reason why that they're even here in this championship game. But look at the final number, 7-0 on the season. An earned run average is probably going to finish right around 1. Pretty impressive season, and he caps it off with the MVP for the 4A state tournament.
We'll come back and wrap this whole thing up as Valley View is the winner, 8-1 in the 4A title game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships in Arkansas, PBS Sports.
Season of Blueberry's Clubhouse. We'll see a whole new crop of friends for the very best adventures in Arkansas.
Stay connected to your public media network. Text ARPBS to 313131 to receive the latest updates. Message and data rates may apply.
Your final score in this one, 8-1, Valley View over Magnolia as they claim the Class 4A state championship. RJ Hawk and Bobby Swafford back here in Benton at Everett Field. And Bobby, we've only got one more baseball game left, but they've got a softball game coming up here shortly.
Yeah, both the 1A baseball and softball championships coming up. Softball coming up next at 4 o'clock. Taylor taking on Sacred Heart, private school there in Morrilton. And then in the nightcap, we got Izard County and Viola for the 1A baseball championship. And we're wrapping it up. You know, final soccer game's going to start coming up pretty soon. And hard to believe that the athletic season is about over. It's going to be over tonight here in Arkansas, but a heck of a job to both of these teams that we just watched, both Magnolia and Valley View, but to every team around the state to get their season in this year because, as we are well aware of, this has not been a normal year.
It's not been normal, but it's been refreshing to be able to see folks come out to the ballpark and support these kids in their quest for a state champion. Don't forget Dorian Kraft and Sidney Parlee will have the softball coverage for you right here in Arkansas. PBS Sports coming up at 4 o'clock, and then Bobby and I will be back here at 7 o'clock tonight for the 1A baseball game here at Everett Field. For everybody involved with this one, It was a lot of fun. Valley View, they are your state champions of Class 4A. They win it 8-1, and you've been watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.